Welcome to Memphis Monday 96, the Jewelry Case Armoire, part 2 of 2. We're really going to get her done today, so knock off the chatter and get to work. Well, welcome to another Memphis Monday 96. We're going to finish our jewelry armoire, and just to prove that it's we're really going to get it done today, here it is.
All right, let's knock off that chatter and get to work.
Slave driver. Here's our model from last week, and here's the box for our project. I already slapped that together. I'm working on the lid over here now. Here you can just notice that I've got everything clamped up here so it doesn't move. One of the dangers of using pocket screws is things want to move. I just dry fitted the lid. Seems to fit okay. Let's compare the two boxes. Well, here are the two boxes. There's our prototype, our model we built last week, and then here's our project for today. It's hard to believe that thing's only twice as big. Looks 5 times bigger. I got some plywood here with some markings on it. I'm gonna go ahead and prime over them. Once I get this done, I think we'll start working on the stand. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do in building this, building this little table down here, this little stand, is we're gonna do this pedestal or this gantry here that the box attaches to. The dilemma is I don't like the way this gantry is connected down here to the top. Apparently it kind of laps over the edge of the top here, and then they screw it in from the bottom. Well, that gives it good fore and aft stability, but to me it wouldn't give it any side-to-side stability. So my solution is going to be to make the gantry and the sides of the stand all one piece of wood. So here you can see this bottom part down here, this will be part of the sides of the nightstand, and then the gantry will be part of that board, and I've traced out what I want that gantry to look like right here. So I'm going to put biscuits in the, when I join those together. I don't need them for strength, but they will help to align the boards. I don't have any reason to believe these aren't gluing up nice and straight. But I can't take any chances, so I put this oak brace across here while it's drying to make sure, not taking any chances, because I'll be putting drawer slides across there. Got it modeled up here, this will become the sides of the box. And this will be the back across here. I put these spacers in here to get the spacing right between the gantry and the display box. I got the stand, the carcass all put together, and I'm putting the trim on now. Tell you what, we're kind of running out of time for the video. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and finish this case. We've done a lot of these cases. I'm going to go ahead and finish the case, and then we'll come back and work on that box. Well, I got the stand finished. Let's get back to the case. Here I have the case mocked up with the box on top of it. Just kind of get a feel for the scope of the thing. The lid fixtures here have to fold into these open areas. So to facilitate that while I'm putting it together, I'm going to go ahead and attach the lid, the door, to the main box. Let's do that now. Let's go ahead and attach those hinges and see how we did. The process of putting hinges on is pretty easy, pretty basic stuff, but the problem with it is the consequences of getting it wrong can be pretty bad, because your door won't close right and it'll be cattywampus. Perfect on the back. Well, I guess we're okay. Back over here to our prototype, I got this shelf in that holds the ring carrier, and I got this cleat in here. The next thing we got to do are these four little small pukas here. Okay, so now we got to, below this second shelf, we got to put in 4 pukas. Okay, I roughed out the stock for the little shelves, the front of the shelves, and the shelf bottoms will be this 3/16 inch plywood. Let me go show you the prototype. You see down in the inside these shelves, there's a little shelf right behind this front here, right down in here, and that's where we're going to be using this here as that shelf bottom. But that shelf bottom sits in a rabbet in that shelf front right there. So let's put that rabbet in now. So all I'm using is a 16th inch chipper bar, a saw blade, 1 small chipper bar, and another saw blade. I still got to run this stock through the planer to make it a little thinner, but it's easier to put the dado in when it's thick. And then you can see here's the dado, and that will fit in there just like that. So then each one of these puka fronts gets a puka shelf, and I'll hold the puka shelf in with these small staples. And then the fully assembled puka shelf gets some glue on the ends of the front here. And gets slid into place. Then it's held into place with some 18 gauge brads. Kind of painting as I go, because painting this thing all in one, all at one time would be pretty hard. If you remember last week, we were looking at this drawer and thinking, well, that's not much of a drawer. You know, what do you do with a drawer like that? Well, it's not a drawer. Let me show you what I mean. Here we're back at the picture. I knew it wasn't a drawer, but I couldn't figure out the puzzle. And I was kind of studying this picture. I see, if you look right there and right there, there's a hinge. It's hinged at the bottom. So what that tells you is that this isn't a drawer. This is a tilt-out bin. So we got to figure out how to make one. And I don't think making one's much of a mystery either. Here's how they work. They slide out. I mean, they tilt out like that, and they're hinged at the bottom. And you know, the technical part about it is you got to cut off the corner like that, so that so it'll turn the corner. So let's make one for our project. First thing I'm doing is putting the front, attaching the front of the tip out to the tip out front, and then I'll build out from there. What you just saw me doing was rounding off this corner here, so that the tip out will make that corner there. Well, there's a little trap door. I had to put a couple of little notches in here to accommodate the hinges, but when I paint over that, you won't even notice it. Okay, the next thing I got to do is put in this ladder right here, and these 3 cleats. Just looks like flat pieces of wood. I'll be putting them in with decorative screws and decorative washers, these cleats. Let's go ahead and cut this wood up. Okay, I just got them dry fitted here. Got to paint them before I put them in, but they're just flat pieces of board, rounded the edges off a little bit. But the important thing is they got to fit down in these open areas here. So this one is lined up just before the big puka. This one goes in here, and then this one will go in that slot. Okay, next thing we'll cut out is the wood for the ladder here. I got the 2 main cleats. Now I need to put in 8 rungs to the ladder. Here you can see the rungs. There's 8 of them. I'm going to make them 1/2 inch square. I'm going to do a little bit more painting here. This paint dries pretty fast, so, but I gotta paint this cubby for sure. Well, I got the cleats and the ladder and the door and all that stuff painted. So let's look at the last part we need to make. This is the last part we need to make. It's basically a little fixture here we'll sculpt, and then it's got a dowel through there and you put bracelets on it. So let's get to work and knock off the chatter. Well, here's a little model of the little bracket. I just made it out of plywood so that I could fashion it into place. It'll fit in there like that. And then this dowel, it's a 7/8 inch dowel, will fit in there like that. And then this whole thing will fold into this first puka here. Okay, let's make it out of real wood now. Okay, using the template, I'm tracing it. Tracing the outline. I'll come back when the painting's all done. I'll be putting this thing in, this bracelet holder, with decorative screws. With a decorative screw, and also I'll have some staples from the other side, and it's also glued down. The staples will be hidden by the mirror. I got the all the internals put together. Each one of the cleats has about 10 hooks. I found those small knobs here for our tip out. Our bracelet holder is held in with a decorative screw and also stapled in place. Got a little catch installed, keep the door closed, and the ladder is installed with the decorative screws. And I have the ring holder installed up there. Well, that'll do it for another Memphis Monday. Real satisfied with our work. Pretty much a copy on the copy of the prototype we did last week. Got a nice little stand for it. It's got a nice little mirror on the front. Keaton here helped me, and so I guess that's it. Tweet and Facebook and like and share and comment and all that business, and that's all I can think of. Nope, I remember one more thing. Make sure you're back here next week for another exciting Memphis Monday.